If you want to find the silver lining in a cloudy storm of COVID, I have one for you. The amount of money Americans socked away in checking and savings accounts ballooned in April 2022 to an all-time peak of almost $22 trillion. Yes, we track something called money supply. M1 refers to cash and coins in circulation, and M2 refers to everything in M1 and adds in savings accounts, money markets, and CDs. Another term often used by financial advisors is cash and cash equivalents. Perhaps a more generally accepted term would be emergency savings, money that we have set aside that is readily available and can be used to cover expenses. Unlike funds invested in stocks and bonds or even real estate, these monies are liquid and stay true to the dollar or don't generally fluctuate in value. With the pandemic, the amount of money Americans had in savings hit an all-time high, along with stimulus payments and the fact that we were essentially grounded. The cancellation of events and trips and activities meant we could more easily save money. Flash forward 2 years to April 2024, and any gains we have had in savings accounts has been totally wiped out. For the first time since the Great Depression, our M2 supply has declined by more than 2%. A total decrease of 4% over 2 years means we have wiped out more than $800 billion from our bank accounts. For the past 10 years, the M2 supply has steadily increased. A drop is not ideal, and one of such magnitude is a little alarming. It doesn't take an advanced financial degree to see the villain in this case. Inflation. Americans already living paycheck to paycheck are now drawing down on cash reserves to make ends meet. Some will argue the abnormal drop is a reversion to the mean and an offset to the spike in money supply during COVID. However, history has been very clear about what typically happens with the economy after a drop in M2. This has only happened 4 times in the last 150 years, and each time was followed by a depression with a double-digit unemployment rate. What will happen with the economy remains to be seen, and I certainly don't want to be an alarmist. However, now is a great time to revisit and double down on your savings goals. Financial planners recommend working Americans have somewhere between 3 to 6 months of expenses in an emergency account. If your family regularly spends $5,000 a month, that means you need anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000 set aside. If you are a single income family, you probably want to lean more towards the 6-month goal. If you're a dual income family, you can lean more towards the 3-month mark. The account is not only there for unexpected expenses like new tires or a medical bill, it's also there to help your family in the event you have an unexpected layoff. Without an emergency savings account, families often default to credit card debt to keep them financially afloat. A solution that, frankly, creates its own set of very expensive financial problems. Start the conversation today with your family. How much do you want to have set aside for emergency savings? And 2, how much money a month can you commit to saving? And then set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account every month. Once you hit your watermark, your goal amount, don't touch it unless you have a true emergency. That's it for this week. This is Jeannie, the 401k lady.